Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
I'm Zach.
Welcome back, Zach.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
I was just looking at you unchecking the buttons there, and I was like, I almost forgot that I'm supposed to talk.
It's all about you, man.
That's why I just jumped right in. I didn't know if that was the right time to jump in or not. But.
Can I just start this podcast by saying I saw one of the funniest comedy movies of the last 25 years.
Dana, did you rewatch it?
No.
This movie is really, really good.
It was
not.
hilarious.
Oh my god.
Did you see Ricky Stenicki?
Oh my
Don't
God.
bother.
You're going to say Krull.
Sorry, I'm still looking for that podcast.
I liked
man.
Kroll better.
She did give Kroll a higher score, probably.
Yeah.
I think he did.
It is very funny. I liked it a lot. I really had a good time watching it until it became like an Adam Sandler movie where we had to have the down part.
But you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know. I just don't. I wish they could get away from that in these movies where we have to have the conflict with 10 minutes left.
I wish more movies ended on a sour ending, too.
Or that,
Yeah,
or just be bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make it like, oh no, how are we going to resolve this? And then magically every movie gets resolved.
Are you going to try and watch it again or no?
I don't know. I'm about to tell you another movie I hated, and you're probably going to be like,
I hope I watched it too.
You didn't. We already talked about it.
Oh.
Wait.
I watched one half of Poor Things,
Oh, okay.
and I thought it was terrible.
I like the movie. I think there could have been less sex. So I just don't.
Well,
What?
the sex is not what bothered me.
Because you don't need to watch that
What?
movie. It's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, so I'm not sure I could say why I didn't like it. What the premise of the movie is that she was built.
It's like a Frankenstein.
Yeah. But she's a full-grown adult woman's body, and they put a newborn.
They put her newborn.
Her own newborn baby's brain in her body. So
Weird.
now she's normal, like 30-ish to 40-year-old woman.
But she has
a newborn baby's brain, and everyone's having sex with her. Like, it's not a freaking, like, you're not having sex with a baby.
So it's almost like they're all pedophiles because
Exactly.
she's actually
It's really disturbing.
But that's like if you have sex with a person that's mentally retarded, because then
Yes.
they have the brain of like a 6-year-old or
Yeah.
something
Wait,
like
can
that.
she not talk? I mean, she was a
in the
newborn
beginning,
baby.
she's just
brain.
like a toddler.
She gets into it. Like she learns to speak. She learns.
She
all
does
that
learn
stuff,
to
yeah.
speak, but
Right, we need to look into whoever made this movie.
Yeah.
The dude that made The Lobster. If you remember that movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
that's the same guy.
I think he just wanted to see Emma Stone naked a lot.
you
Hey,
do
she
see
was willing to do it.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean? So
she won an Oscar for it. I guess that.
Which I felt like,
Mean
okay,
something?
she did act very well in this movie. Nothing to say about the acting. It looked gorgeous. Like the imagery
Scenery
and
was really
the scenery
good.
was great. And I think a lot of that like fooled some people into maybe thinking this was a good movie. I don't know, whatever. That's why I'm not voting for the Oscars.
Man, I really have to see this
But-
movie because I've heard such
like we
wildly
talked about
different
earlier,
opinions.
what's
But
the
she
girl's
didn't like
name
Ricky
from?
Stenicki, so.
I know my taste is just you can't take my word on anything. What's the girl from the movie, the Osage movie?
Lily
yeah.
Gladstone.
I know you're talking. Yeah, Gladstone.
Lily Gladstone. She
should have won.
She should have won that.
Yeah.
And I didn't even really care for that movie that much. I thought it was good.
She won all the awards leading up to the Oscars,
Yeah.
which is weird
Yeah.
because
That it seems like everybody else won. That had won all the other Oscars, like Oppenheimer and Murphy and
Yeah.
Robert
Giamatti
Jr.
and that other lady from Holdovers.
Right.
Because they were winning all the way through.
Yeah.
And they went up through the Oscars, but then when it got to Lily Gladstone, she didn't get it. And they
It was
gave
almost
to
like
her.
because she's a good actor. She did really great, but she does really great in everything she does. But I felt like
It's
the
like,
other lady
you
was
think
better.
they gave it to her because of like her previous work? Like,
No, because she had won before.
because that's like the way they gave it to.
That's the second
when they
time
give it
she
to like
won.
De Niro. He doesn't get it for Taxi Driver, but he gets it for.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
think
Emma Stone got it for something
Yeah.
else. She had already
Yeah,
won
Emma Stone
that
won
once
for
before.
La La Land, I think.
Was that what she won
Maybe
for?
I don't know, but
That's why. Well, people were saying that she won the award. Winning the award for Poor Things is more of an accomplishment than the one for La La Land. They feel like that was like a throwaway.
I feel
Yeah.
that Lily Gladstone probably lost her one opportunity to win the Oscar. Like, how many more?
Do you think
parts
she's
is
going to
gonna
get any kind of role?
She
I
actually has a
don't know,
new show
but-
coming out in April that actually looks really good.
The
I
Captain
just
Phillips
saw the
guy, he got a new
thing.
role in that.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was in the
Did he
show
get
with Emma
his-
Stone with
The Curse.
Nathan Fielder,
Oh,
the Curse.
right. Did he got his teeth fixed though, right?
Yeah, they're not as bad as
Yeah.
they were in that, but he's getting work now.
No, it's
Yeah.
a Hollywood guy. He's
Yeah.
getting these things fixed.
Yeah.
And I thought he was good in Curse. Did you see the Curse on Paramount Plus? Yeah,
It's
pretty
not on
good.
VHS, right?
I know. I only watch old stuff.
Did you watch? No, never mind. We'll get to that. Did with
You're
the
gonna
guy-
like how he watched it.
with the Captain Phillips guy? They'll just do what they did for Leo, like in Killers of the Flower Moon. They'll give him new teeth and then
Yeah.
make them look terrible.
Yeah.
because Leo had terrible teeth in that.
Yeah.
All right, I watched Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, okay.
That was about 30 minutes too long. Mm-hmm. It's good. I don't know why it was Oscar worthy.
Was that the Asian American
Yeah, I don't know
one?
anything about this movie.
I believe.
Oh,
Swedish.
never mind. I was thinking of something else.
It's a couple, and another very loud music is blasting, which is something we'll be talking about in the next thing we talk about, blasting music. And she's being interviewed, and then she goes upstairs, and then her husband falls off the second floor. He was doing something up there, and then it's like, is it a suicide or was he pushed?
Oh.
So then that's the whole case, and then they have a blind son, and they have a dog, and then the dog, he gives the dog aspirin because it's insane. Like I thought the dog was gonna die.
like a real,
It's just
The
like,
dog did it.
Yeah.
I know it already.
it's
The
like,
dog
it
did
was good, but it didn't need to be as long as it was. I didn't think it was Oscar worthy though. But
So it's like a mystery?
no,
on what
yeah,
happened?
it's like a whodunit
Oh,
almost.
okay.
But it's only a few people. It's like, did he get pushed by his wife,
Off the balcony.
or did he jump off and commit suicide?
Do you find out in the end? Is there a resolution?
There's a resolution,
Okay.
yeah.
I still
It's
might
like
watch it.
Roger Predactor, real Roger Predactor.
Oh my
kind
God,
of
Roger Predactor.
You know.
Ace Ventura.
thing. He did it first. Is there a scene like that?
Is that in this movie? Is there soundproof glass?
Then I
He
watched.
found
I
Mr.
watched,
Winky, right? Isn't that why he had to die?
He had to. You can't come back from that.
Then I watched Priscilla with
The
Jacob,
Elvis movie,
yeah,
okay.
Jacob Elordi as Elvis.
Okay, the new Elvis.
I liked it. He was too tall. That was the only problem. He's like 6'7". Elvis wasn't that tall.
No, he wasn't that tall.
You know what I
Elvis
mean?
was
So
tall,
like
but not
he's
that
he's
tall.
a foot taller than everybody when he's walking through the crowd. That just takes you away from it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
But is
You know
it
what I
more?
mean? But I liked it because it talked about. This was, remember I got that book.
Yep.
That
Signed
book is
by
what this movie's
Miss
about.
Presley.
And Priscilla was one of the executive producers for this movie. And it starts off, he meets her when she's 14.
So this is more
And they
her
start with
biography
that.
than
And
Elvis.
it shows how they they were just talking, and he showed all that stuff and how they got together, how like her dad.
When she was
allowed
18,
it.
right? Because
She was 14. They talked about it. It's
Oh.
all in there, yeah.
So Elvis was a pedophile.
Getting her dad to allow her to go to the party at Elvis's house and stuff
Why don't we
like
care
that.
about that? Why isn't Elvis shamed?
He's
She
a
was
king,
14
I
years
guess.
old.
I think people say stuff about it, but I mean, I guess it's just like they give him a pass. Just
But
they
like
give
back
Michael
then, like
Jackson a pass,
Alabama's
right?
age of consent was like 14. So we're just like, well, that was okay back then.
Well, they were in Germany, so.
But I'm saying, like, there were states that had age of consent that were so young.
yeah.
But now everybody's like,
But there's
18.
also countries. I think there's one country like 11 is like considered. It's like that's disgusting.
That's
You know
gross,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's like
Did they
Yeah.
show Graceland in that movie?
yeah.
I heard that.
He says
apparently,
this is where he bought for his mama. I
Yeah.
bought this for my mama, but by this time she
For
was
his
already
mom.
passed. So it was like his grandma was
okay.
living in it and everything like that.
apparently you're not allowed to go on the second floor of that place.
That's true.
I went to
person that was allowed
Graceland
on
years ago. I don't remember that.
Nick Cage got on the second floor though when he tried on some of the jackets.
Really?
What? He's awesome.
Yeah.
Graceland's a weird
Have you been
place. I mean, we're talking like in the 80s, so I was.
Because I've talked
much
about it.
younger.
I'd like to go there. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. I would check that out.
My
Yeah.
family and I drove from Jersey to New Orleans, so we did a bunch
Isn't
of
it
stuff.
New Orleans?
Nolans. And we stopped. My mom is a huge Elvis fan, so we had to stop at Graceland. And I remember just at the time not caring. And
Now you'd be more into it
I
probably.
still don't care.
But isn't that like
I'd be
the
into
only
it.
thing to do there in that area? If you go there,
I-
it's like a shitty neighborhood now, right?
I
don't know.
Like a bad area?
Again, it was 30 years ago, so who knows?
Because it's in Memphis, right?
I don't know.
Graceland's in Tennessee. I don't know if it's in Memphis.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
out
don't
near
know where.
Memphis. Because when we went to Nashville, we thought about going there, but I think from like Nashville to Memphis, it was like
Everybody thinks
hours.
Tennessee is
It's
a
long.
It's very long,
Yeah.
state.
It's
It's 2
short
time
this
zones,
way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
But if you're
Yeah.
going from the east to the west,
It's like
Yeah.
a couple
It
states.
took
I think it's like the only state that touches 7 other states. That's
Yeah.
how long it is. It's
It is.
so long.
And that's why we didn't go. Because I was like, I don't want to do
I
that.
got one other thing I watched was Dave Attell, Hot cross buns on Netflix.
No, new
He's got a
stand-up?
new special.
I've been wanting to check that out.
Really good. Yeah, I love Dave. He brought out the recorder and everything too, so it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was doing that. I went and saw him at the New York Comedy
That's
Festival.
right, you did go see that show, yeah.
He took out the recorder. I was like, what the hell is he doing? I've never seen
And he
him
played
do
Hot
that.
Cross Buns. And then
Yeah.
he plays two. He plays two recorders.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what? I haven't watched that yet, but does he tell a story about feeding carrots to an animal?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did a bit
How
when we
long-
saw him that was so
When did
good.
you see him? How long ago?
Whenever the New York Comedy Festival was, like a couple months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't too long. We saw him about 2 years ago. Yeah, we saw him
We
about
saw
2
him
years ago.
during COVID because it was outside.
Yeah,
in
at
the
Stress Factory.
Stress Factory.
Okay,
Big
yeah.
Top, I guess
Yeah.
you would call it.
Oh yeah, it was in the outdoor one. Yeah.
Wait,
Might
you
have
saw
been-
him at the Stress Factory?
Yeah.
Did he have any special guests come out?
Who did we see him with? Was that with was Dan Natterman was there, and I think Ian Fidance, was Ian Fidance there?
I don't know that.
I saw him there too. He brought out Artie Lang at the end.
No, definitely not.
No, we didn't get any Artie Lang.
Okay.
Shit. Artie Lang with the nose still off and everything. That's like you got
This
that
was a
Artie Lang,
long
man.
time ago.
All right.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. That's all I got for
Zach, why don't you go, man? You're the guest.
I've got all I've got. I watched
It's
Columbo.
been a long time since you've been here, so you should.
I know, but I don't. Yeah.
I used to
But for
love
like the last
Columbo in the
week,
80s when I was a kid. I loved Columbo.
Are you
I
talking
watched-
about the Peter Falk TV show, Columbo?
that's one of my favorites. Top 3.
It's just so
shows.
funny because my mom has been watching that. She calls me up like weekly, and she's like, "So I was watching Columbo tonight." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "What are we
Good
talking
taste.
about here?"
Good taste. I
My
watched.
mom loves Andy Griffith. That's like she watches that all the time. Yeah.
Columbo. I've been watching Tales from the Crypt. I watched the 7th and
Oh.
final
And you're wearing a
season.
Tales from the Crypt
Nice.
Okay.
shirt.
The last season of this show is not good, and every episode, all the characters appear to be British. So I don't know if maybe
It got
it was-
outsourced.
Yeah, maybe it was doing bad, and they knew they were on their way out. But
Get those Brits; they'll do anything.
yeah, other than that, I watched Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which I was telling you
Yeah.
about, and
I like that.
Prometheus.
Oh, wait, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Is that the most recent
No,
one?
that's not the most recent one.
No, this was
Clerks 3 was the
2001.
most recent one.
Oh, Strikes Back. Oh, that one. That is with Cockknocker and stuff like that.
Classic.
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah, yeah. That's an all-time great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched that, and then I watched it on VHS,
Nice.
and I watched Prometheus for like the 100th time.
The Aliens
It's
Prometheus.
so good.
Really?
We saw that in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like Alien, and then Prometheus in that order. Like
Really?
as far as the best ones.
I think I'd have to rewatch Prometheus because I don't think
I did hear
watched
a lot
it.
of
I
good
don't
things
remember
about that.
liking
Oh
that
my
that
God.
much.
You only saw it once though.
Yeah.
I don't remember much of that's Idris Elba and Charlize Theron. Or not?
Yes.
Yeah. And with the circle
And
thing.
Michael
that's-
Fassbender.
Oh, is he in it? Oh, he's the
He's the
android, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow,
That movie is
wow.
amazing.
I'll have to revisit that.
Isn't
one,
there a new one coming out?
Yeah, there is.
There is.
I mean, Aliens is
He's
great,
not involved
man.
though. Ridley Scott's not involved.
Oh, he's not?
So,
Oh,
Okay.
Logan Marshall Green's in it too. I like him.
Why
That's
does
all I
everybody
got.
have 3 names now?
It's cool.
You gotta
he's
stand
older.
out.
He's had a
Most of
Three
them used to be
names.
serial killers, or at least like assassins. You know.
I believe
Yeah.
they're doing a John
Speaking
Wayne.
of-
They're doing a John Wayne Gacy.
Speaking of assassins,
special.
I watched the first episode of Manhunt on Apple TV, which is the
Manhunt or Mind Hunt.
Manhunt.
Okay.
It's the manhunt for John Wilkes Booth after he kills Lincoln.
oh
Really good, really detailed, and it's just so funny because we know what happened because it's 120 years later or 170 years later, whatever the fuck it's been, and just them trying to figure out what exactly happened because it starts off with the assassination. It doesn't go. It's not a Lincoln biography. It's a after the assassination
is it
thing.
like a documentary?
No,
type of thing?
It's like
Oh,
a historical fiction, I guess you'd say,
Okay.
but it's all based on real stuff.
Right.
So.
You only watched one episode.
Yeah, I think it's 4 so far, but I couldn't. I mean, it's one of those things I knew as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. And I looked at Michelle, and she was like, I'm like, fuck.
Wait, so it starts with the assassination?
It starts with like the day. It's actually doing like the day of the assassination, and in Abraham Lincoln's talking to his cabinet. He's like, so the wife and I are going to the play tonight and stuff like that. You're already like, dude, don't go to the play.
Who plays Lincoln?
No, nobody.
Nobody.
And I don't know anybody in this. At least I do know one person in it because when I saw the preview, I was just like, ooh, that kind of took me out of it because Patton Oswalt's in it. And I'm just like, come
I
on.
love Patton
like,
Oswalt.
how
What
can
is he in it?
But how is
he's
he
one of the
serious?
senators or something.
I
like
can't
that.
take him
And I'm
serious
like,
ever.
I'm like, if I see him, I'm just gonna be like, dude, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like, do your Star Wars thing from Parks and Rec, and we'll all laugh at you. But so far, it's good. I mean, like I said, I've only seen one episode, but I finished that Nickelodeon documentary.
Oh, I did too. Which led me to.
And Michelle said there's another episode they just dropped, a new one. There were still 4 episodes, and they just dropped a 5th.
Did they really?
But apparently,
I
it's
did
all
not know
like
about
outtakes
that.
and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how. It's not like they went and got Ariana Grande or
Yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove. And
That
just, like,
other girl,
interviewed them.
Daniela Monet, she complained a lot about when she was on the show, but she didn't complain about anything in this series. Like, come on.
I think I was a little disappointed with this show because I really thought it was going to be about Dan Snyder and like.
It's not about him that much.
It's hard. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of them
Well,
like Dan Snyder.
The third episode, well, the way they broke it up in HBO, the third one
Yeah.
was focused on Brian Peck.
Sure,
Yeah.
because they end the second one with
Yeah.
like all the people going like, "Who are they talking about? Who are they talking about?" And then Drake
Yeah.
Bell sits in the seat
Now,
and just like, "Damn!"
When
like,
he
okay.
talked, that was great. His whole interaction, his whole story, his father was heartbreaking.
Yep.
Dan Snyder was there for him, though.
Yeah.
He was always there for
I
him.
almost feel like Dan Snyder was just a shitty boss.
I think Dan
People
Snyder
were
was just
kinda
like
like
he
complaining
was an
about
asshole. He
Yeah.
wanted to have his back massaged. He felt like he was above
That's, a
everybody
little,
else.
that's
Yeah.
a little creepy, but like
That's why I think he thought he was above. Like he should have been fed grapes. He
Yeah.
felt like he was that
Yeah.
kind of
But
person.
he wasn't like a
being
perv.
with
He wasn't
fans
like all
and-
this
yeah.
stuff that they make. All the claims that they make. Like, how do you not take this the wrong way? Like the Zoe getting the shit
Oh,
shot in her
yeah.
face,
Squeezing
and
that,
Ariana
potato.
Grande squeezing
Yeah.
the potato. I'm like, okay, like we all get it, but you're showing this to kids. Kids are not going to get it. That happens all the time.
But it should have
like,
got like censors should have stopped
Or
it.
that,
too.
or
Like,
that.
they
I
stopped
mean-
it.
Yeah, and his workplace.
Sure,
he
it
was
might have
very
been a little
toxic.
toxic, but
And you know what the thing is, like we've had a toxic boss, plenty of them.
Yeah.
Right. But
course.
the thing is, they're not famous. And they're not working with other famous people, so no one cares. If I go,
Exactly.
oh, my last boss was really, no one gives a shit. But when you're famous and you're on a hit show, yeah, everyone's gonna care.
Just like when everybody said
But-
all that shit about Ellen, all of a sudden, like
Yeah.
everybody thought that show.
Oh, she's done.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
awesome. Everybody piled on her. Fuck
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Then they
they
started
really
doing it to
did.
Jimmy Fallon as well. So they.
Oh, yeah, they're really getting on Jimmy. And
Yeah.
they did it
They
to
say he's a
James
drunk
Corden.
too. Jimmy Fallon's a drunk.
Yeah.
I wish
James
he would
Corden,
say-
they got him too.
Yeah, fuck him too.
Yeah.
I'm glad when they get the people that I don't like. I'm like,
Yes,
nice,
of
go
course.
get them. Go get them,
Yeah.
people.
And now you ask why nobody gave Elvis any problem. That's why, because too many people like Elvis. That's why Diddy. Nobody likes Diddy. That's why
Diddy's
he's
in a lot
running
of
for the
trouble right now,
presidency.
Elvis died at the right time. I've said many times that Bill Cosby died like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
People would still be talking about, oh my God, Bill Cosby.
I still celebrate
he's
Bill
awesome.
Cosby.
Yeah.
But you know, now
Yeah.
that Bill Cosby lived too long,
Yeah.
people hate him now.
Same with
As well they
Paterno.
should.
Joe Paterno lived
Joe
too long.
Paterno, same thing. Yep. If he had died the day before that investigation broke about
Yeah.
whatever the fuck
Or if he
his
would
name
have
was,
Sandusky.
retired before all that happened, it just would have.
Yeah.
be like, I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
finished that too, and then I thought about like it ties in very well to seeing Corey Haim's first movie that he was ever in coming up next because
And you know what's for free on YouTube? The Tale of the Two Quarries. If you have not
Oh,
watched
really?
that, I recommend watching that.
Okay.
That was the A&E special, Tale of Two
I
Quarries.
just saw Corey Feldman and
They're opening for Limp Bizkit.
Corey Feldman and
He
who
wants to
got his
see it.
eyebrows
We
done
get
that we
tickets.
saw at Doug Lowe's movies. He's got his eyebrows like this now. Who was the actor? When we went to Doug Lowe's movies.
Yeah, he has his eyebrows like that.
Yeah, his eyebrow. He got Jerry O'Connell and
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah,
and
yeah,
Corey
yeah.
Feldman sang "Stand
Jerry
by Me"
O'Connell,
together.
he thought
It was
he
quite
said something.
weird.
He talked to me.
He did. They were looking at your sign. And
Jerry
Justin
O'Connell
Long.
and Justin Long
Yeah.
liked my sign. Yeah, they were like, "You made that?" I was like, "Yeah," but I didn't.
You
know
didn't
Monica
make it,
made
but he doesn't know that.
Did
He
Jerry
doesn't know who
O'Connell-
Monica is.
Did he get his eyebrows done to
Oh,
keep
his
Rebecca Romaine?
He's like his eyebrows are way up there now.
They,
It's very
if you
weird.
listen to the Bonfire, they always have like him. He overacts on that show or whatever that he does.
Oh, yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. I saw that.
Like he's like when they brought in the cook that was on. She was like a cook. She was on the show, and he was just like So they have that as like they do that as like soundboard. It's just like they take the sounds from him. It's just so funny.
He's always been like that, though. He was in Scream 3, I think.
I think he was in.
He gets up on the table and sings, I Think I Love
Jerry
You. and
O'Connell
all that.
does, really?
He was
Yeah.
in Stand by Me.
I know. He was better. I liked
he
him.
was a
Stand
little
By Me.
fat kid there, and then he got hot.
He told the best story.
He was
Right?
also
Yeah.
in Jerry Maguire.
Oh yeah.
Do you have anything else? I got
that you
two
watched?
things.
I actually started a new show on Netflix. I watched one episode. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's called The Three Body Problem.
I
that's
saw
why
that. It's got whatchamacallit, right?
yeah, the guy from,
Game of
Doctor
Thrones.
Strange. Oh,
Well, it's got Sam from Game of Thrones because
Sam from Game of Thrones, yeah.
Danny off and Weiss from the the guys, the showrunners from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Oh, Stevie
yes.
Benioff.
Yeah,
those
Benioff.
guys?
I thought you said something completely different, but it's also got the guy from who does this on Doctor Strange. He does the circles and opens
Wong.
the portals. Wong. He is the star of it. He's one of the stars of it, but it's weird. I guess people see a countdown clock. Certain people can see it, and then I guess they're trying to figure out what it leads to when it gets to 0.
But you're not going to finish it?
I watched one episode. I think I'm going to give it another one because I was kind of on the fence about it.
That sounds
But I
like
think I'm
that.
going to watch more.
What was that Justin Timberlake movie where they had the
Didn't
time,
they have
Yeah.
time on their hand?
Yeah.
Or their wrist or
Timeless
whatever?
or time something.
Time was running out.
Yeah, I can't stand him. Anyway,
Justin Timberlake.
I
That's
do
his
not
boy.
like Justin Timberlake. He is a piece of crap.
I might have to quit this podcast.
He's good in Alpha Dog.
Yeah,
heard
very
of it,
good in
yeah.
that. Why
Yeah.
don't we like Justin Timberlake?
Listen,
Well, because
She's
when he
Team
did the Britney,
Britney.
because he made
Team
Britney get an abortion, that kid would
No.
have been all screwed up.
first
They
of
don't
all,
want that
he's
kid.
had such a I can't stand him.
He has ugly hair.
That's a
in it,
different
too, dude.
podcast.
His hair is ugly.
Yeah. Sorry,
I need to
I'm the
take a
one.
step
I'm just the
back.
hater on this podcast. I don't like anything.
I watched Michelle and I watched the first episode of The Gentleman. It's on Netflix.
I watched the first of that too.
I don't know if I care. I don't
I'm
know
not
if I
gonna
even,
finish it.
I don't even know
I
if I want
scrolled
to
past that one.
It's a
Yeah.
Succession, Arrested Development.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't care about any of the characters, probably.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I was just like,
the
what?
first episode ended. Michelle looked at me. I'm like, and then we went and watched Modern Family for a while.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I watched this week was the Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse movie. Roadhouse.
I watched a trailer for that. I was like, Tara, let's watch it. And we watched the trailer. I was like, never mind.
That looks so
Never
bad,
mind.
doesn't
No,
it?
it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fine. Like as long as you know what you're getting into.
I don't know. No interest.
Yeah, no, I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying we had a good time watching
Yeah.
it. It sets up for a sequel.
It's
We'll
one of those
probably watch
movies like that you should just leave alone.
that. Listen, I don't give a shit about the original Roadhouse.
I've
don't
never
even
seen the
care-
original.
I don't even
What?
care a little bit about that movie. And if I had to go pay to see this movie, I wouldn't have paid to see
No.
this movie. It was free on Amazon. I sat down
Yeah.
for an hour and a half. People got the shit beat out of them. It was funny.
It's got Sam Elliott in it, man.
The original is Sam
Right.
The
Elliott.
original, right? Yeah.
There's no one like that in this. This is Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor and a bunch of other people. That
And what I
may or
told
may
you, I
not
think
see.
is true. Conor McGregor, he couldn't even talk well enough in this that he's dubbed in.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And it's not even him dubbing himself in, it's somebody else dubbing in.
Listen, like I said, I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying we watched it. We
I know,
we were
I'm-
like,
I'm
fine.
teasing it.
It's
I'm
good.
teasing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jake
Good enough to-
Gyllenhaal's like, I like him.
Oh, and he is smoking
But-
hot in this. I mean,
yeah.
his body is ridiculous. I don't
Yeah.
even know how you get a body like
I
that.
know.
Like, has he had a calorie in the last 10 years?
seriously.
Well, I'm
Like-
recommending that you watch the original.
You think so?
Yeah, you'd
I
appreciate
mean-
it.
I took nothing
I
away
love
from that
Patrick
original.
Swayze, though.
What year was that?
It had to be 87.
Late
Probably hit it
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
there,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
so I'll watch it for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember, even at the time, watching it and being like, whatever. There's a
saw
good
the
sex
original?
scene. Yeah.
I never saw the original.
I mean, on video.
Dude, there's a stuffed bear. There's oh my god, there's so many
even know what
moments
you're
in that movie. Just the idea that there's like this traveling stable of bouncers that go that people know of. They're like, oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The premise
I'm
alone.
actually friends with the bouncer from City Gardens. His name's Jim Norton, gentleman Jim Norton.
Yeah.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. I talk to him every now and then.
He's
a pretty nice guy.
definitely seen Roadhouse.
I wonder if he has. I'm going to ask him.
Yeah,
That was like a recruitment video.
exactly.
Like Last Starfighter was for the video.
I enjoyed The Last Starfighter. I had fun with it. I know Dana did not have fun with it.
Yeah, I
but
didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I just, I was just like, this is silly.
You know what else is silly?
I don't know. Does Dana have anything else? She's got
I
her phone
don't.
still ready to go. Oh, okay.
No.
She's just
Going
look-
on Spreaker,
she's
that's
looking at
really
her,
silly because that's
she's
where
looking at
everybody should
her,
go. Download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those
Just
fun
with
things for
Dana
the
Cat
exciting and new
77.
podcast on all our socials. The Jazoo over there on Instagram, Jazoo74 on X. Jason.
X. Sexy.
I refuse.
Agonzo1 on Twitter. Agonzo1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy.
Dana Caps on TikTok. Dana Caps 77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
And Tina.
And I'm Zach.
And what are you on? Do you have
That's
a
it.
thing? Don't you have a thing on Instagram?
No,
I
It's
follow
just
you.
Zach.
I don't use it.
You don't use it?
No,
Oh. Well, I'll be copying you on this.
just text me.
We'll tag it.
Yeah.
Tag. That's the word. Tag. I said copy. Doi.